They're gonna cancel me for this. I don't care though.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume you already know who FouseyTUBE is. Prank YouTuber back in the day. I never watched the guy personally, but I would see his videos on my homepage all the time. Back when I would binge Jacksepticeye and Markiplier on the daily. He's back, and it's a bit of a weird situation. Fousey was absolutely massive back in the day on YouTube. He has over 10 million subs now. I'm pretty sure he had a similar number back then. I don't think it's really changed much in the last few years. He was one of the pranksters, of course. They were the kind of YouTube pranks that were, like, clearly, staged.
Ali, tell me when he looks, okay?
Yo, you just stared at my butt?
No, man.
You just stared at my butt.
Why would I want to be looking at your butt?
I felt your eyes glaring at my butt.
Are you trying to call me gay or something?
No, I'm not calling you gay, but like you looked at my butt. Is it big or something?
I don't think he really wanted you to know they were staged, but you could always tell. But I mean, with these views, like, what? I can 100% see why he did it. Dude, this video has 178 million views. Oh, that's good. Anyway, Fousey was getting millions of views on his stuff. When it got to 2016 through, like, 2017, things started to kind of change a bit, I think, for him. His views began to dip a bit. I mean, he was still getting pretty decent views, but, you know, they weren't what they used to be. And I think he took a little bit of a break from the internet. The first of many. I think at this point, we jump forward to July of 2018, where Fousey makes his grand return. Fousey wanted to create the next Coachella, or I guess something more popular than Coachella. I don't really know what his goal was with this, but he put on an event called the Hate Dies, Love Arrives event. And at this point, I think Fousey, had completely lost it. I found these clips of him talking on the H3 podcast about how horrible this event was for his his financial situation. It literally bankrupted him, basically. I mean, I don't think this event did, but it put him on track to being bankrupt. Apparently, he had to pay fully out of pocket for this whole event. He spent over $300,000 to rent the Greek Theater. Upon further investigation, I think it's this one in LA. And then he said he paid for every, like, artist's first-class plane ticket to fly there. On top of all of that, he also paid for everyone's entourage and their bottle service for the whole night, along with their hotel rooms, I think. And ultimately, it set him back like well over $1 million, according to him. And on top of all of it, the event was horrible. Like, it wasn't good, it didn't go well. There was a couple really bad performances that took place.
Rice ain't got no spirit, got no deeper layer. One goes right up, one goes for not player.
Fousey loved Keemstar, and then he yelled at Keemstar, and then he started rapping. He had also lied and told everyone that Drake was gonna be at this event for some reason. I don't think Drake was even in California at the time. So how do you think that went? The day did not go great for Fousey. And all of this ultimately led to Fousey taking another break from social media. I think this time it was meant to better himself. And you know, I think he did, actually. When he came back, he seemed to be better. He had worked on himself, became more in touch with his religion. He ended up fighting Deji in that boxing match like a year ago. And he claims to be completely sober and celibate since. Keep that in mind for later. But he really did seem to change. Flash forward to today. Now, I didn't really even know Fousey had come back into the scene until I started seeing a couple random clips on TikTok here and there. Specifically, I saw this one clip of him getting pulled over by a cop and him getting out of the ticket because of, you know, the way he was talking.
Yeah, he just pulled behind me.
Really?
God damn it. Ah, he pulled his lights on. Fuck!
kill you.
Zesty Fouse, Zesty Fouse, Zesty
No,
Fouse.
no, please,
Zesty
please.
Fouse. Let me get the dog. Let me get the dog. Let me get the dog.
Hey, do a certain promotion center with
Hi, officer. I'm so sorry. I was on my cell phone? No, I was just turning the GPS on, I swear. Look, I have a Tesla right here, and I put it right... You see how it's done?
It's actually a pretty entertaining clip, to be honest. But it made me think like, oh, this is the kind of stuff he's up to. That's kind of cool. That's, you know, I'm down. I'll watch this. That was until I was made aware of a few other clips that that had been going around. On the 6th of August, 2023, Fousey entered an airport. I don't actually know if he had like just landed at this airport or if he was, you know, waiting to take off to go somewhere. I have no idea. But it doesn't really matter for this situation anyway. I don't think, at least. Fousey's walking through the airport, making, noises.
He's such a bad person.
And calling himself the best of names, such as dickhead. I know, the man's got quite a way with words. But he's doing this when he hears a woman laugh in the distance at him. And what does he do? Well, obviously he's a streamer, so he approaches this woman. Everything is content. Right. So he sits next to her. And when we get a better look at this woman, we can see that she is visibly intoxicated. So that's the first red flag of the situation. But Fousey, you know, stays with it. He begins to talk to her, and it honestly seems okay and wholesome for the beginning of the conversation. Although he does act a bit strange, saying things like this.
This is so lit. You have me. I have a boner right now. I swear to God, you can feel it under my pants. I swear to God.
But she just kind of rolls with it. He also asks her to kiss him. So that's also kind of weird. But she also rolls with that and just kind of goes with it, and she does it. And then things get deep. This is also where things start to fall apart a bit. She explains to Fousey that in her past, she had been sold into the sex trade, which is absolutely horrible. I mean, I can't even imagine what she must have gone through or what kind of trauma she's got, you know, in her mind. It's just a horrible thing. And that's what makes this next part so bad. After having an incredibly deep conversation between the two of them, and the 4,500 people watching at the time, they're both basically in tears, hugging and at one point making out for some reason. I don't know how that happened. And then this is where things start to really get sketchy. Fousey goes up to the bar and he asks the bartender to watch his stuff. While he goes with the woman. I keep calling her the woman. What is her?
My name's Yusuf. What's yours?
This is Sarah.
Sarah? Hi, Sarah.
Sarah. He tells the bartender that he's gonna go take Sarah to get some snacks from the vending machine before her flight. He then flips the camera towards the bartender, and the two of them walk away, I guess? I'm not really sure. All we could see is the bartender at this point. So then, a few minutes go by, Fousey comes back, very giddy, almost out of breath. He flips the camera around quickly, and immediately says that he just joined the Mile High Club in the bathroom.
Sorry. I just joined the Mile High Club. And I know it doesn't count as the Mile High Club because I was in the airport, but I still joined it. I swear to God, I swear on everything I love. I just joined the Mile High Club in the airport, in the men's bathroom. Wallah, I had to confess, I couldn't hold it for a fucking second. I didn't go to buy her no fucking snacks. I joined the Mile High Club.
Yeah. His chat is furious about this. I mean, rightfully so. And it seems like when he realizes that the chat is kind of pissed off, he kind of changes his attitude a little bit. He starts saying it was all a joke.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have shared that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm lying, by the way. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a huge joke. You got pranked. You got pranked by FouseyTUBE. It's a prank. You got. I pranked y'all. By the way, to everybody I was joking around with before, it was actually a prank, so please respect her and don't disrespect her right now.
Good one, Fousey. That was hilarious, that one. Like, even if that was a joke, how fucked up of a joke? Like, Jesus Christ. Just, like, making this joke at her expense? Like, after she just told you that? I don't know. But that being said, I'm not too sure that it was a joke at this point, after all the evidence I've seen. Like this. Later, Fousey got into a call with Keemstar, and they started arguing about some random bullshit. I don't really know. Whatever those guys argue about these days. And during that call, while he was on speakerphone, he says that Fousey called him right after he got done doing the deed in the bathroom, and he told him that he just did stuff with a girl in the bathroom of the airport.
You dumb ass. You just posted a Twitter response, and in your video you said I called you to say I the woman in the bathroom. On my mom's life, I didn't this woman.
Yes. You told, well then you lied to me. I don't know. I talked to you for 1 minute, and I go, why is everyone hitting me up saying that Fousey's going crazy and this and that? Because I'm getting hit up by fans and YouTubers. And you say to me, listen, Keem, I'm just playing the July 15th character. I'm good. And by the way, Keem, I just fucked a girl in the bathroom. And you were geeking about it.
So, yeah, there's that. That's some evidence. I don't always take, Keem at his word, though. But I kind of believe him, because there's this other clip of Fousey when he's in his car, and he gets a call from his therapist. He starts talking to her, and he tells her that he's completely sober. And her response is, "You've been sober until that thing at the airport. I know that."
Guess what? I'm going to Vegas sober. Oh, a friend of mine tried to say today that I wasn't sober. It was so hurtful.
You've been sober until that thing in the airport. I know that. Right?
That's the face of an innocent man if I've ever seen one. This all happened a few weeks ago, and he's still live now with more viewers than ever. I think he's got like a deal with Kick now, or he's getting a deal or something. I don't really know. I don't think he streams on Twitch anymore anyway. That's the point I'm trying to make here. But honestly, I don't know how much longer he can keep this up. He seems to have like a new Manic episode on a nightly basis at this point. I tuned in the other night for like 5 minutes, and I witnessed him fire 2 of his employees live on stream.
You just looked at me in the eyes in front of my business and said that I'm emotionally abusing you. But you said I'm emotionally abusing you in front of my business, and then you called me manipulative because you're not fishing right now. You're not gaslighting right now to get everybody to be like, oh my God, Fousey emotionally manipulated. If there's one article that comes out now that says Fousey emotionally does this to his assistant, I will never look at you in the eyes ever again. Delete my phone number, block me from Kick, block me from Twitch. I don't give a fuck what y'all say.
I don't even know why he did it. He was just doing it live. And then there was this other clip that I saw. He's just running around in the street I think he was in Vegas, just running around in the streets in the middle, in traffic, just running in the middle of it for no reason.
I thought you left to get the aux cord.
No, you guys left.
Fuck all.
Yusuf!
Bro.
What the fuck is he doing right now?
I don't know why he does this stuff. He's definitely got a lot going on. I don't know. He also seems to lack any sort of awareness that what he's doing is not a normal thing, or at least a little strange. I think he fails to understand that walking around making millions of dollars yelling at people is quite foreign to most people. Like in this clip where he goes to this restaurant. He goes in and he sits down with his security, and within a few minutes some of the staff come up to him because they keep getting spam calls from some of the viewers watching.
I'm not calling your restaurant.
Or whoever is.
That's not has nothing to do with me.
To which Fousey responds very politely.
If I leave right now, trust me, they're gonna fuck with you guys all day and they're gonna put negative Yelp reviews if you don't let me eat. I promise you that. I'm not threatening you. I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna get my manager.
Get your manager. Fuck is that my problem for? Can't have people calling a restaurant. Okay, suck my dick and give me my food.
And after ordering all this stuff, he's kind of sitting there just talking to his chat. Another worker comes up to him. This is a few minutes later. And you can tell that something is wrong this time. Like, she sounds upset not in like an angry way, but in like a panicked, kind of scared way. She tells Fousey that they got a bomb threat.
First of all, that food in about week what's fresh?
You getting bomb threats? Do you want us to leave? I can't turn it. I'm not doing anything.
How do you think Fousey responded?
I'll leave. It's okay. You seem like you're gonna cry. I don't want to hurt your feelings.
And that's not what it is, and I don't want to. I'm more concerned about the people.
Nobody's doing a bomb threat, man. Wake up. Nobody's doing a bomb threat. It's a 13-year-old at home trying to scare you. Don't cry. Somebody called in a bomb threat in 2018 and made me lose millions of dollars. They're doing this to fuck with me, not you guys. I don't want the food, by the way, and I'm not paying for it. It just came out. No. Fuck this restaurant. I don't want the food. I don't know why you're laughing. You guys are kicking me out. Hey guys, SOS. Just tried eating at a restaurant. The waitress came to the table. The manager came to the table crying, and she said, "I'm getting bomb threats." She was scared as shit for her life. She said, "I'm scared for my patrons inside." So it's getting to that point. I'm getting swatted and doxxed every 2 seconds now. I need somebody to advise, please.
You look like you're gonna cry. Wake up. Now I get it. From Fousey's perspective, it's probably annoying that he can't sit down and have a meal, you know, like without being harassed. But he's the one choosing to stream his whole life. Think about this. If you're just working like a normal 9-to-5 job, right, in a restaurant, okay, of all places, you go to pick up the phone to take an order, and they say that they have a bomb, you're not just gonna like, oh, that's funny, that's a joke, let me just, you know, shove that under the rug. No, that's gonna be a pretty serious thing that you're gonna try and deal with. But dude, wake up. It's just a 13-year-old. Obviously, dude. It makes so much more sense. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one here. Maybe I'm just not G7 enough. But from an outside perspective looking in, it seems like he's going down a very similar path that he has already gone down in the past. He's definitely a different person from who he was, but only time will tell if that, you know, will amount to anything. Or if we'll see Fousey leave the internet for a third time. Honestly, I hope the best for the guy.